Sub-Saharan Africa, brand new here for Worlds, against a team from APAC North that's been fighting its own battle all season long.
And they've been fighting that battle so incredibly close. Out of the 9 regionals we've seen them compete in, they finished first in 6 of them, and the other 3, they came second. 100% Grand Finals participation, an incredible performance. But Bravado, the up-and-coming young guns in SSA, currently second in points, but they are dominant in the region.
We've seen them take the lead in both of their series so far, Bravado. Not quite able to get that win just yet, but so close, 50-odd seconds away in series number 1. And then I think they took the lead twice against the club yesterday in the 4th game. They seem to be getting better as these series goes on, starting a little bit slowly as they have here. Senbei Strikers, good early pressure from them. They have survived, and that's what we want to see from Bravado, able to stand up to this pressure and withstand attacks.
I love the competitiveness between these 2 regions as well. They've just been added in the most recent season of the RLCS. They've only just had the chance to show their mettle on the world stage. And APAC teams, they say, well, at least we're not SSA. SSA teams, they say, well, at least we're not APAC. They want to be not last. That is what we were talking about on the pre-show previously. They want to show that, look, we're new. Oh. Yes, we can perform.
Realise the man known for his mechanics way back when Japan was not part of the RLCS. He was freestyling. He was making a name for himself and for his region. And you can see why there with that beautiful in-and-out save as Tenhao finds and Realise the man that I was just talking about. He doesn't have too much boost to play with. I mean, remember earlier on, Stumpy, it was SSA that took the first battle.
Realise you mentioned him. The fact that, you know, he was sitting on stage, he looked at the camera when the crowd started cheering for him and said, let's go! He's so excited, so happy to be able to show off what he can do. And he has been an incredible force, not only within the game for Rocket League, but also for the representation that Japan have been wanting for a very long time. This game going incredibly even between the 2 regions. Lots of SSA and APAC superfans wanted this matchup to happen.
I'm glad we get to see the full power of Senbei Strikers after there was a sub earlier in the Gaming Gladiators matchup, but it was won well by Orlando Pirates XD. So Bravado will be hoping to emulate their compatriots. Senbei Strikers really trying to a little bit of revenge, but they're going to have to do more defending for now until the ball falls to Tenhao. Over the top, Daisy with the pre-jump. Can he get this read? He can, and it's a good one, and he sends it to safety.
Daisy has been brilliant on Bravado as well. You know, we've got the statistical front runner in to die for, but Daisy has been somebody who, when we casted him previously, just kept picking up in fantastic positions, kept showing off what he is capable of. Again, a block versus Sigums, the man who has come from a previous North American situation, is now over in Japan to live, and is therefore being able to compete despite being under that US flag. And Realise who else to stand up and take the lead in game number 1.
Coming into this one, he already had around 80% goal participation, and you can see why. His finishing is clean and precise. Doesn't snatch at the chance, takes his time, slots it exactly where it needs to go to give Senbei Strikers that lead that they so crave. And I tell you what, Stumpy, based on the regional matchup we had between these 2 earlier, there were like 5-4 games. I'm expecting some goals in this series too.
This is what I mean, like, you can have so many exciting storylines, even though, you know, you're not competing for first in the group. Right now, these guys are competing in round number 3. They are both at 0-2. Whoever loses, they go home. There is so much on the line for this matchup, just to continue through into tomorrow's matches, and a lot of regional pride alongside it as well.
Happy Meal's going to come up against Sigums, and he's going to beat him there. Good challenge game from Happy Meal. Daisy's in trouble here, though. Realises up against him. Can he increase that goal participation even further by getting a brute force chance for his teammates? Sigums is up. He's beating Daisy to this one. Daisy's playing with confidence, but Happy Meal's been taken out the game. Now to die for is left stranded on the goal line, and it's Daisy that ends up saving the day. Oh, Happy Meal then gets his reflexes called into action. Daisy puts it over the top. Still it remains 1-0 until there's Tenhao. Look at that reaction.
The sheer elation. Tenhao leaning to the right of his monitor, looking to the crowd and saying, come on! They know this is a position that APAC have wanted to be in for a very long time. And what great teamwork too. Happy Meal with a wonderful save, sends it above the goal, but just having Tenhao in the air so early on meant the shot can be delivered to the bottom right corner. 90 seconds remaining, Bravado, they're wanting a goal soon.
Will they be able to get it? Tadiful gets it into the centre for Happy Meal. Have seen a few infield passes be successful today. Will that trend continue? It's going to fall to Happy Meal, but Tenhao's going to close him down quickly. Bravado now need to push the attack forward. We have seen them do this. We know they're capable of swarming their opponents when they start to get a belief for themselves. Dace is going to put that one towards the goal. Realise was right there. Tadiful's coming in. Bravado have definitely stepped forward with the attack.
Yeah, a lot of the times we see Bravado attack, it just comes down to them waiting for a little bit of an error. We don't see them be completely clean. We don't see them always nail the shots that they need to be nailing, but that will come with time. It's their first time being able to compete at this kind of level. The Senbei strikers, they've been here before. They competed at the Fall Major 2 out of 3 anyway. That was back in the days when they had Maru on their side. Now the final 40 seconds, Senbei strikers up by 2. Sigums into that back right corner. Happy Meal is worked around to dive for low on boost, but look at this pressure building. 10 out to shoot, Daisy to save, and realize goal number 3.
Realize it's just involved in everything that Senbei strikers have done. They are sprinting over the finish line in this first game, and it will be their first ever game at an RLCS. They made it there in full and won nothing. They've been here now, gone 0-4, 0-4, lost 6 of their 8 games by just 1 goal, and they are on the cusp of finally getting over that first hill. Then it's the series, but we'll get there when it comes.
Against massive teams too. That was against Optic and Veloce. 20 seconds, Sigums being able to have a shot again. All 3 players on Bravado waiting on their goal line to dive for right-hand wing. Caught out by Tenhao. The 10 seconds now counting down. Sigums with 30 boost is going to be able to punch this one down the pitch. Hands it over to Tenhao. And an historic moment for APAC North and APAC as a region. Senbei strikers secure the region's first RLCS LAN game.
There you go. Well, no, because Detonator, they did get that game against FaZe, don't forget. So, I mean, you know, Senbei strikers, it's their first game, though, so that means the world to them. It means the world to the crowd. There's CJ, there's the Renegades boys, actually, all of them. Absolutely loving life as well.
Happy birthday to CJ as well.
Anyone else's birthday that you know?
Not sure.
Anyone else's birthday today?
Happy birthday to Cool Cole 932. But it's not about you. It is about CJ, the regions around
I thought you were going to say Senbei. I was going to take that.
See, I like to subvert expectations.
Well done.
An amazing performance there, starting off 3-0. What a brilliant beginning for Senbei.
And it's nice to see Realize involved in almost all the goals as well. But Tenhao and Sigums, you know, don't take out them from the equation. They performed admirably too. The 3 of them putting so much pressure on that Bravado gaming goal line. Bravado, they had to make so many saves. There were 7 that they made in total. And they did show some good moments in defense. There was that lovely read from Daisy on the backboard. It just wasn't quite going to be enough to win that game. But I think we saw enough from Bravado to say that they can grow into this series as they have done throughout.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, Bravado, they had a decent performance. There's more that they can do. They're always going to know that. Any given moment, if you lose a game, you'll say there's more that can come from that. That's the job of the coach. It's the job of all the players to be able to bring themselves together and to get a couple of goals. Will that be coming on Aquadome? As Senbei strikers, Bravado Gaming continue in their tussle, game number 2.
Let's see if they can start this one well. It's always a question, can they survive for the first minute or so? For Bravado, maybe they can flourish. Maybe they can get the first goal in a series, sorry, in a game. I think it'll be the first time they've scored the first. Whenever they have taken the lead, they've come from behind, I think, but I could be looking very silly if I'm wrong there. As Happy Meal doesn't look silly at all. Good defending from him, winning the next ball as well. And then Daisy again. He is really the one playing on the front foot for Bravado.
First 20 seconds and Tenhao immediately going for a couple of shots. Happy Meal, though, there to save it away. Happy Meal certainly on that team, you know, where he's sitting in the middle. He's got that flag wrapped around his neck. He wants to be able to jump up and be elated and hold that above his head, being able to rep the South African region. Everybody in there as well as hoping that he's going to be able to do so. 0 boost, he can't get it past that back line as Tenhao taking it low. Realised the challenge in the centre to dive for. Fortunately unable to get that ball too much further. Happy Meal, great touch, using his jump to go down and force it into the corner. Gets his flip as well. Gets pumped out of the way by Daisy. Double commits, they cannot continue. The first of hopefully not many.
Yeah, no, that was a lovely touch there for him to die for. That's exactly what I want to see from Bravado. They're putting on this attack, and Happy Meal gives them the lead, gives them the first goal in the game, gets them involved in this series.
The last 40 seconds for Happy Meal, he has looked brilliant. He had a couple of lovely touches on the right-hand side, and then sneaking it onto that right-hand post right behind Sigums.
He is the last player in the tournament who hadn't scored a goal until that moment. Everyone here has now got involved on the score sheet, so congratulations to Happy Meal. And it was a good finish as well. Todayful could be about to double up for Bravado. They are feeling this second game on Aquadome. That one might be sneaking in. Oh, not quite. It's just wide from a man reborn in Happy Meal.
The right-hand side of the post, not giving them a goal this time. Instead, Happy Meal and Daisy challenging. Another double commit from him. But as it falls to Todayful, can be capitalising on the dead ball midfield.
It's a lovely finish from Todayful, but I love to see this. Look at the right of your screens right now. Sigums in the centre. Even though they've conceded, fist bumps all round, keeping those vibes high, keeping themselves happy, but they are going to have some work to do to get back into this one, because Bravado have started game 2 like a house on fire.
I love that confidence every time of like, okay, we've conceded, that's fine, we're going to concede, it's a game of Rocket League, it's weird if we don't. Just being able to work around that, it's a brilliant sign of a team, and Sigum's brand new to this roster too, going from Maru in fall, in winter, and then came down to Canra. Finally, Sigum, will he be that puzzle piece that can be getting another goal? Tenhao has been there for the entire journey, and the first goal in game number 2 for Senbei Strikers.
Look at the read here from Tenhao. Daisy's gone up to try and beat him to the ball, but Tenhao just has it absolutely perfectly, getting that ball from its earliest possible trajectory from the ceiling, smashing it home, getting Senbei Strikers, I keep saying Senbei Strikers, it's a bit of a mouthful, taking Senbei Strikers back into this one. Only now a goal the difference. Bravado will suddenly be feeling a little bit more nervy as the ball goes across their defending line.
With Bravado having a lead, it's a position that they have not found themselves in ultimately very often in this competition so far. We'll be able to hold on to it. Happy Meal does not secure that reset.
Close.
And Sigur's removing Daisy. A pass from Stifle over to Happy Meal. Unfortunately, a miss.
Absolutely love that though from To Die For. The temptation would have been to boom that ball as hard as you can. He would have been dunked. His team would have been in trouble. Instead, he put it away. Eventually, they do end up in trouble though. Senbei Strikers can't quite convert there. But they do turn defense into attack quickly. Can Bravado do the same? Daisy charging it down. Tenhao has to make the save.
A pre-jump from Daisy as well in the midfield. Knew that pass was coming in. The angle was just a touch off, but the timing, simply fantastic.
Realize he's going to wait for his moment right now, just to get as much distance between himself and the ball. But To Die For, he's really starting to open up now. Join his teammate Happy Meal, who started this second game so well. Here is Realize. He's got 2 teammates to the side. Happy Meal charges him down. Bravado are just getting right in the faces of Senbei Strikers every time they get anywhere near the ball.
Tell you what, whenever I've seen Happy Meal's camera in both this series and also in the previous one that we looked at them in, he has had 0 boost, I feel like 90% of the time. I wonder what his boost consumption is, because that's something that I feel lets him down. He picks it up. A minute ago he had 100. He's burning himself down to 30 within seconds and doesn't win the ball. That seems to be a little bit of a symptom of overboost usage and wanting to have that speed. I realise managing to get that equalising goal with 1:40 remaining.
Yeah, there was no problem with his boost management there. Realize Sigurd, so look at the pace, swirling in the air, and then Realize he just seems to be the player that's always in the centre for Senbei Strikers. He is the target man. You know, maybe not considered in his region as mechanically elevated compared to everybody else as he once was, but he sure knows how to put away a chance. Senbei Strikers not giving their opponents anything. They will want this one for themselves, for APAC. Bravado. One's gone to the corner for them. To Die For needed a slightly better touch. It's Sigurds with another chance. Happy Meal helps out his teammates. Bravado, you would expect, will have to do some defending for the next minute and 20 seconds or so.
And they're going to need to do it and maintain a goal themselves with overtime or regulation. Tenhao wanting to stress that back line. Does do so, and the save manages to come out from Bravado. 70 seconds, ticking down Realize into the air. I love seeing Realize take to the sky. That man is just a magician when he has a little bit of space. Daisy pogoing very gently into the ground. 0 boost, though. He's going to have to retrieve the ball free for Sigums, but Happy Meal charging him down. Back to 0 boost, though, but that time getting a bump. Cleared away fantastically. Senbei Strikers, it goes high, but no one up. Daisy from the backboard can clear it away.
I'm liking that Senbei Strikers aren't overcommitting here, though. It would be tempting to try and chuck everything against this game to win it before overtime. But they'll know they can win this one if it does come to next goal territory, and chances will come in regulation anyway. Daisy with a great double save. Sigmund's going around the corner to try and get there, but Happy Meal just bumps him out the way. Bravado need a clean touch. They need to get this one away from their own goal. Could this be it? Good pass from Daisy to Die For, and they do finally clear.
Realize dropped that ball central, but To Die For is the one to read it instead. The 20 seconds remaining, overtime is on its way, but a shot to the left-hand wing, and to Die For. Bravado gain the lead.
Look at this lovely speed from Daisy, and past 2 goalkeepers as well. There was Tenhao, there was Realize, but neither of them could get it. And Bravado have just 19 seconds left to hold if they are to take the second game in this series. Aquadome did look at the start like it belonged to them. Senbei Strikers came back, but can Bravado finish stronger? This one's going to go to the backboard. Realizes here. He smashes that one long. Tenhao, he's up as well. So close to Bravado's first game in this tournament. They've taken the lead multiple times. Can they see it away? 3 more seconds. Each second will be taking an age for them. Happy Meal just wants to get this challenge desperately. Daisy staying grounded, realized it's going to win this one cleanly. Now Daisy emerges. Can he be the savior for Bravado? Yes, he can. We have parity in this series, and it's looking like a really close one.
Congratulations to Bravado for having their first game win at their first RLCS LAN event as well. SSA are not represented at Majors. Instead, they come to Worlds to prove what they are able to do. Bravado drawing level with the best team that APAC has to offer.
Yeah, massive, massive, massive performance. It's brilliant to see in their team mentality that even after conceding a couple of goals, losing that lead again, it seems to be the thing that curses them the most. Finally, they were able to get that game-winning goal, and the fact that it came so late, that's perfect for them because they don't have a chance to overthink.
Yeah, great timing to be able to get that final goal. To dive for, squeezing it past 2 defenders as well. That's everyone to be able to get. But generally, across the board, very even in stats. Goals, saves, and assists, all looking pretty much down the middle. A good chat coming in from the Bravado coach. Good words, meaning to keep him going. But also on the side of Senbei Strikers, words have to be said. Losing a game, going home, is something that they do not want to consider. And Happy Meal, and is pumped. He is excited. He wants to get going into game number 3.
He's such a good team captain. When they played the club, you were particularly impressed with how much he was speaking. Even when they were starting to fall behind them, he just seemed to rally his troops to his left and to his right. He's got the South African flag literally hoisted on his shoulders, and he's got them in this series. To die for is going to get that one from the kickoff. The Bravado come into this one with the momentum.
Game number 3 is where a team is going to work their way just a smidge closer to not going home. A reminder, this is round 3, 0 and 2. To die for is fully aware of that. Flippery steps over 1. Didn't need to do anything special though because his teammate was beneath to bump the keeper.
Yeah, just tried to be a little bit too clever. Had to have the faith in his teammates getting the bump. Good to know they do have those mechanics in their locker though. I'm sure at some point in this series, it will be the correct decision. Well, they've realized, but Happy Meal's speedy again. Bravado just playing full speed attacking when they are defending. Charging that ball down as quickly as they possibly can. So Senbei Strikers have to try and deal with that a little bit better. I feel like they're not quite taking that touch that can bip it past the Bravado on-rushing attack right now.
And that attack, near enough spearheaded by To Die For every single time. He maintains his 100% goal participation on the side of Bravado. He is instrumental to that tip of the spear.
Wow, what a stat that is. It's so impressive from To Die For. Really, really good. You can see why he is the region MVP coming into this one. But he's been beaten there by Realize. He's got the mechanics, almost gets over the top of Daisy. Sigums follows up just about, hits the crossbar. And To Die For again sweeps up and prods it towards the Senbei Strikers goal. Happy Meal's going to go into the ceiling right now, but he's going to be beaten. Realize tries to take that one via a flip reset, didn't quite get it. But Daisy was on hand anyway. I think he would have got the save. Good, solid finish there from Tenhao. Now Senbei Strikers seem to be dominating the pace a little bit more. Bravado with good defending though up to this point. Closing down those avenues of attack, getting involved in the way of the pass. You can't get in the way of that one. It is perfect. The finish not quite though.
Realize attempting to assist Tenhao, who was flying through the sky like an unstoppable meteor. Nearly 2 minutes elapsed in game number 3. Still at 0-0. Realize onto the backboard, catches. Will go to the right-hand wall with this. With a 0 boost, it plays dangerously, but Daisy having to get that mid boost. Instead, Sigums can carry on towards the center. Tenhao to receive, but just shooting high again. Sigums has done that twice. To Die For trying to go for that runaway goal. Sigums manages to return and is able to get the clear away.
Senbei Strikers definitely focusing more on solo plays right now. They have a lot of boost at any given time. I think, as you mentioned, Stumpy, their boost management just that little bit better, which means that they can take to the skies and have a huge advantage, whereas Bravado, they've just got to rely on pinches and quick clearances. It always seems to fall to a Senbei Strikers player, but so far not able to do any damage in a real attacking sense. Bravado are coming forwards. Will they be able to keep this ball in orange territory for a good 10 seconds or so? That's the last piece of the puzzle for Bravado.
The push coming in from Senbei Strikers over and over again. Sigums wanting to continue to push that button. Daisy and Happy are both attacking on that ball, but no one can make contact until To Die For, the man of the region, keeps us level again. Daisy swiping him from beneath.
Yeah, the Bravado coming in from the side a little bit too much for high line. Senbei Strikers are going to keep on coming. To Die For just has to slow this one down. That's actually a great challenge. Happy Meal wants to go to the backboard, but Sigums, he knew exactly what Happy Meal was trying. Good defense.
Potentially should have shot low with that ball. I appreciate it came at the last minute, but Sigums, he's on the sidewall. Shoot low. It makes it so much harder for him to get to the ground and save it.
One of those things that's so obvious in hindsight, but in the moment when they are playing frantically, all of these players playing at the best of their talents right now, no one's playing poorly, everybody's involved. It's exactly what we wanted to see. A showcase between these two regions. Mr. Difo clears. Does he have enough boost to get there and get a touch? He does. It's over-realized, but only as far as Sigums. Happy Meal again getting involved. Bravado just charging in from left to right, sweeping, but Tenhau's breaking through, and Tenhau's giving them the lead, and look at them celebrate!
An eruption of elation. Tenhau gets that flip reset beneath Daisy, uses that flip onto the second defender. Tenhau, goal number 1, game number 3.
1 minute and 17 seconds. Senbei Strikers, I feel like they go on the attack now. They try and score a second, try and get a third. Really try and put this one to bed, because Bravado, we know they can score a goal in a heartbeat. That's what we want to see from Sigums. Good challenge. Now he's on the back wall. He's going to try and get this one past Happy Meal. Not quite able to. The challenge game going better for Senbei Strikers. Realize misses. He fakes it for Sigums. It's the backboard with him, but he can't quite get the angle.
Turning around, Tenhau fancies another bite of that. Realize instead, just keep it high. I love that movement. I love just keeping the ball away. Tenhau again, not shooting, just keeping it going.
So boost up right now for Bravado Gaming. They're barely able to get the ball, barely able to take their cars to the skies. Meanwhile, Senbei Strikers, no such issues. That's a good pass though from Happy Meal to the Difo. That's the sort of transition that can maybe give them a chance right at the end, and that touch helps too. Happy Meal pulls off his teammate.
Brilliant.
Daisy's there. He wants to get this touch but can't. Can Tenhau get underneath this one and wedge it in? Daisy will do the job for him. 20 seconds. Bravado have to get an attack going.
But instead it falls to Senbei Strikers again with a chance. Realize with a Doomsy dish, with a previous Doomsy teammate, everything comes full circle.
You got to love that. Look at it. There he is. The mechanical Meister from Japan on the backboard makes it look so easy in those heated moments. Senbei Strikers so close to their second game.
And game number 3 potentially going their way. The final 15 falls to Bravado. Can Happy Meal get this one to his teammate? He does, but it falls down to a 50-50. The pace is too slow. It is unable to happen. Game number 3 sees Senbei Strikers go up 2-1.
They're being pushed every step of the way, but they have the answer to the questions that Bravado are throwing at them. It's a brilliant performance so far from Senbei Strikers. The crowd absolutely loving what they are seeing. So much passion in this room right now, so much support inter-regionally, because people understand how important this match here is for this esport, is for the future of Rocket League, and how well these players are playing.
I love that we get to see the OCE boys as well. You know, this is such a big moment for them back in the day when they joined in, I believe, season 3.
Yeah, 3.
Season 3, I'm going to look that way just in case I am wrong, and they're just shaking their heads violently at me. But I believe season 3, that's when OCE were introduced, and since then they have done such an incredible job being able to get up towards the top of the game. This is their origin story for APAC, for SSA. This is where they begin. Unfortunately, they have to scrap it out together, but it's a brilliant way to learn.
Yeah, no, you're completely right. When we write the documentaries about these regions in Rocket League in a few seasons' time, this is where it will start. This moment, can you turn a series like this, where you're very much in it, into a victory, into a hard-fought win? Senbei Strikers, they played that one ideally, in my opinion. Bravado, they were starting to get on top of them, starting to rush them. They realized that going solo to Senbei Strikers would be more effective, and it did make Bravado question things. Suddenly, they were wasting their boost, chasing shadows that they couldn't quite reach, and Senbei looked the better team.
Yeah, taking those plays solo means that I've seen Daisy double commit on a few too many plays, and it looks to me like Senbei Strikers have seen the exact same thing, where they do look to be trying to draw him into those unfortuitous positions. Game number 4 on Utopia. Are we going to be seeing Senbei Strikers head over to game point?
Bravado are a slight Jekyll and Hyde team at the moment. They can look fairly poor. We've seen them collapse in this tournament. When they play well, they are fast. They are difficult to deal with, and they can really step up from one game to the next. So although that one went pretty cleanly to Senbei Strikers, this one could be completely different over here on Utopia. Oh, touch. That is from Realize. Tenhau sees it away, but it's all about the redirect.
The fact that Tenhau passes that low, Realize can swipe it beneath. Difo unable to make contact. Daisy, what are you doing?
Daisy chained the attack. I'm so sorry that I had to say that. It just had to be done. 1-0. Senbei Strikers. We start from them yet again to Difo. And get it as far as Realize, whose touch isn't ideal though. This will fall to Difo. Good idea to pass it. Sigums watched what was happening, but there was more good play in front of the ball from Daisy, going for bumps, making it difficult for Senbei strikers to defend.
But the pressure and the attack coming in, can Happy Meal reach that ball? He's unable to. The pinch going very much the way of Realize. The crowd is moving to Senbei strikers for their love. Happy Meal, absolutely not to blame there.
Yeah.
That just comes down to the challenge from To Die For. You don't do that. You just don't do that. You don't challenge when the ball is coming out towards your own net. It was undefended. That was a very rushed error.
Yeah, I mean, it's tough though. That's one that can really hurt you, a goal like that, when it pinches from their end to your end. You just start to feel a little bit sorry for yourself. Bravado need to make sure they don't fall into that trap. They keep on attacking. It's good play from them. Realize to send that one down the line, but To Die For should be able to get here. Good solid clearance. That might be going all the way in, and it is going all the way in. Bravado pretty much get a freebie straight back.
To Die For levels up and repents for his previous sin as he spots that goal completely open. Uses the corner of the Octane, sends it back behind Sigums, who had moved up just a smidge. Brilliant viewing from him.
Yeah, no, good finish. Did the right thing there. Had to get a lot of power on that ball and had to make his decision very fast indeed. And that's what he's done. Here's Happy Meal. Can he go from the ceiling? Almost. It does fall to Daisy, though. Just Bravado trying these more mechanical plays is starting to confuse Senbei strikers. And To Die For also has the mechanics to be able to deal with the ball flying at his own goal. To Die For's up against Realize. Good challenge from Realize. Tenhao now. Sigums is right behind him. Can Tenhao get a challenge that falls to Sigums? No, because Daisy gets it over the top, but it's more Senbei strikers' pressure. They're getting all these second touches. They're winning every single race, and they're almost doubling their lead.
That, my friend, is a confident Realize. He's seen what he can do. He's remembered. He's had that glimpse of his freestyling pass, and the fact that he can have that much control, taking it to the air, and just wants to punish the top left corner. Bravado, you've got to keep your wits about you, otherwise Realize will continue to bear down on your net and your chance of taking the game and the series. The double tap attempted, unable to find its way in this time. 2 minutes gone, with 3 minutes remaining. Bravado, they fall behind by 1.
Happy Meal, though, lovely transitional pass to Die For. But again, Realize is up close. I think Senbei strikers have realized they have the complete aerial supremacy right now. Realize is having the series of his life.
I love that block, continuing that boost, and then he straight away heads to the left-hand side. He says, where are you putting that ball? Where does that go where I am not going to poach it? He finds the location and he punishes.
He was the looming figure for the defender right now, who just could not be breached. Senbei strikers do get a 2-goal lead. They're third in the game. Realize he's gone for the flip reset. He's almost got it. To Die For just had to get himself on that ball in any way, but still Senbei attack. They feel they can kill this game here and now on Utopia.
I saw Sigums fancy himself for a flip reset as well, and I kind of wanted him to actually go for that a little bit more convincingly. But we saw Bravado, they got some defense. They're being able to block them out every now and then. Just sometimes it squeaks past them. Maybe that defense can work itself into offense. But Sigums in the center, nods to Tenhao, says, that is how we do it.
Just look at this pace right now, Sigums, and smashing in. We've seen a few finishes like that in this tournament. I feel like the early just strike into the heart of the net is coming back into fashion as teams more and more focus on covering the backboard. That allows the avenue of just the straight swap. You said there was the chance earlier that there was a Bravado player that could have gone low, and I think Sigums was on the backboard. He went high. Yeah, okay, there you go. To Die For had that chance. So definitely something that Bravado could learn as a way to mix up their approach.
Final 2 minutes, but 3 goals needed for Bravado. Senbei strikers have had a fantastic game number 4. It's going to be interesting to see how they approach this going forward. A lot of boost on their side. With the Tenhao gone, he's going to respawn with 33 instead of the 100 that he picked up previously. Happy Meal pinching off the side. Great movement by To Die For to keep that one away. Daisy getting a hug with that ball. He does, but Sigums reading him so quickly.
Sigums again is going to get that one towards Realize, over the top maybe of Happy Meal. He had to readjust his feet, but managed to just about get a touch there, and that's brilliant from Daisy, especially if he can get that next touch. Right to be, though, and now Tenhao into the corner. Realize is just following up. Look how desperate Realize is for the ball. Every time one of his teammates has it, he is calling for it. He's demanding it. He's desperate for it. He wants to keep up that goal participation.
One shot high, one player high, but Happy Meal being able to lurk central. A double commit from Tenhao and Sigums. They can't continue with that because Bravado, they will punish. This time, though, Tenhao able to get back in time to block it away. Under 1 minute remaining, still those 3 terrible goals, if you're a Bravado fan, that separates them from just equalizing or them going on to match point. Chance again, Realize trying to shoot off the Tenhao pass.
Daisy has taken Sigums out of the game, so Happy Meal has a little bit of space to play with. 3 goals left to get. It's going to be a very high uphill battle and a struggle, but if they can get 1, maybe they can just make Senbei Strikers question themselves, or at least have some momentum into game number 5. It could all start now. Daisy's going to land slightly awkwardly, so Tenhouse coming in. Senbei Strikers have definitely stepped up.
No
they are
way.
So much better than the start of this series. Bravado are being tested in defense. They've answered it on that occasion.
That looked a little bit like free play for Tenhao. He was able to just dodge around and duke Daisy out of the way. 10 seconds remaining with these 3 goals, and Tenhao with a flip reset. Bravado cannot do it. 3-1 in the series. Senbei Strikers on the precipice for APAC North, or any APAC team, their first victory at an RLCS LAN.
After Orlando Pirates XD1 earlier for SSA, they are the last region to win at an RLCS LAN. So if they can see this series away, we'll have the clean sweep, just as another statement of how worldwide Rocket League has become. For Senbei Strikers, you have to do the hardest thing in Rocket League right now, and that is win that last series. Yeah. We have seen best of 7 LAN reverse sweeps. We have seen series that looked like they were completely gone, where suddenly the team that looked like they were out change into a different beast entirely. Senbei Strikers have to deal with that pressure and not suffer from winner's tilt.
Yeah, and that's the terrifying place to be. To me, to be completely honest, I see this final game going the way of Senbei Strikers. They have looked brilliant. They have looked activated. And it's something that Bravado have not been able to deal with. They have been struggling, and we've just heard that there will not be a timeout called for Bravado. They want to go into this with the current tactics, without that extra minute that they are granted. Maybe thinking, well, we'll just use it after we win this game, potentially. I
understand that as well. I mean, Tadaifor in that last game, he got 774 points, so he's feeling it.
The coach from Senbei Strikers, seeing the camera on him, wanting a little bit of that attention. I always love it when the coaches get involved and the manager's like, yeah, you know what? I'm here as well. I've been helping out the boys. Why don't I get to lift the trophy alongside them?
Tenhao could be about to get an early lead for Senbei Strikers. Exactly what they need to just settle any nerves over here on Wasteland. Beautiful map. Debris all across this pitch, but can they dodge it? Get that ball in the back of the net. Daisy, he might be able to get a second touch so close. Sigums is coming in and helps his teammate out.
Realised with the flick on, sends it far, but with Tadaifor able to clear it away. This attack is able to continue for Senbei Strikers. After that back ball with 7 boost, Daisy has to get a block instead. Realised finds Tenhao up with a double touch. But again, Tadaifor, the defense is unbelievable.
Tadaifor is so good. His backboard has just been peppered. The amount of last-minute touches he's been able to get, but Happy Meal's getting involved too. Lovely play from him. A couple of touches in the air and almost just prodding it past Realize, but Realize's challenges is so good. Happy Meal manages to recover, so all of Bravado getting involved in the play. It's Happy Meal that's coming forward this time. Can he get it over the top of Sigums or blast it past him with the challenge game? A few chances just starting to emerge for Bravado.
Yeah, they were definitely shut out, you know, in our most recent 2 games, but they weren't able to get really good looks on the net. Senbei Strikers, they can't let those holes open. They've done a brilliant job of keeping them closed after, you know, Bravado took a game earlier on in the series. But Bravado, they want to be ripping those sutures off. They want to split that wound and send a goal in.
Well, we said about Bravado, such is their inexperience that they can be vastly different from game to game, and this is the good side of them. This is the one that makes things tricky for really, really good teams. Teams just as good as Senbei Strikers at least. They can get this goal, they can take this lead and can get back in this series, but not when Sigums and Realize are combining in the air. Not when Realize is getting the flip reset.
No!
Not when Realize is getting the finish. Not when Realize is absolutely brilliant.
Realize returns to his form, catching with a flip reset, double tapping into the top left corner. The crowd erupts. Cheers and elation for the man from APAC.
What a way to give your team the lead. A goal that would grace any series at this highest level of the RLCS. Bravado have to step back up, but Senbei Strikers, look at them, they're winning the aerial races again. This is what happened on Utopia. Still 3 minutes left, but Senbei Strikers, they can sense it's coming. But one Bravado goal could completely change that.
Good chance to realise, roll it over his shoulder, then go for the bumper. Tadaifor is able to dodge out of the way of it. A pinch going the way of Bravado, but does not find a net, unlike the one that managed to find their net a couple of games ago. Approaching half-time, Daisy into the corner, but Tenhao reading him wonderfully. Leaves that ball up to Sigums. He wants a double tap, but Daisy to shut him down.
Bravado Gaming's backboard is just so tempting right now for Senbei Strikers. Bravado have a chance here. Daisy's touch is just about going wide. Sigums is able to see it away and then beats Happy Meal. Sends Bravado back yet again, just beating them back over and over. Die4 in the air. He has had a really good series to Die4. He's been impressive, as has Daisy. Those two in the air combining, taking a leaf out of Senbei Striker's book with those aerial combinations.
Sigums, though, finding Realize, tries to dunk onto Die4, but held off in the midfield. Good positioning for Bravado, keeping this ball in the orange half. The press is hopefully going to be working down, but look at Sigums getting that flip read, so getting that reset onto the wave dash on the floor. Continues that speed. Realize tries to find Senhao, but Happy Meal to clear it away. Under 2 minutes before Senbei Strikers get their series win.
Daisy's going to send it long. Realize it's already up. And his touch is perfect. The backboard again is such a dangerous place for Bravado. Someone's got to get up there and get it away. They need that fly swatter. Someone who can clear this ball. Realize has a double committing Bravado in front of him. How much space will that open up? One more goal from Senbei Strikers. It could kill this series. Still having to work so hard for it, though.
Tenhao with that back boost taken, shuts down Daisy on that opportunity to shoot. Sigums in the air, but with no boost, one flip reset can nearly get it over the top of Happy Meal. Instead, Realize is the man tasked with keeping it away. Daisy, the backboard is open for him. Tenhao clearing it away, great touch high as well. Allows Bravado, though, to continue attacking. To dive onto the ceiling, Daisy has to get one touch here, but Tenhao reading so fantastically, shuts it down. Realize gets one flick, saved away by Daisy yet again, turning on in the last minute or so. But as we do approach this final minute, Senbei cannot lead by 2, just the one separating.
Again, another save from Die4. He has the read, but Tenhao, he could finish it here. That one's to the back wall. Realize he puts it in. APAC North are joining the party. So close to the region's first win.
Sigums in the central camera holds his hands to the sky and claps for his region. He knows that this is coming. He knows they are on the edge, and he knows the Realize's goals are vital to the future of this series.
But nothing is won just yet. They still have 40 seconds to see away, and Bravado can be dangerous. To Die4 there, how he'd love to get involved. Get himself a goal to put his team back in this one. Daisy over the top of Realize. Tenhao is there. His catch could be closed down. It's actually a double commit there. Lapse in communication. The pressure with them all the way until Realize gets it away.
Sigums on that left-hand wing, wanting to keep control. He does manage to do so with Daisy. Trying to go for this long here. Shut down by Tenhao.
There we go. Daisy gets another touch. Who's going to be closing him down? It's Sigums. Sigums gets it into the center, and another chance goes begging right now. Realize up with To Die For. To Die For is so desperate to get involved. Happy Meal wants to put this one away. He can't do it though. Senbei Strikers, they've finally done it for Asia Pacific. They've been at every single major. Never won a game. A 0-second goal. A celebration, a cherry on top. Call it whatever you want. They don't care anymore. Senbei Strikers have done it for their region. The crowd are absolutely in love.
To their feet, Senbei Strikers rise and Realize sees that dream apparate in front of him. He has wanted this for years. He has had teammates alongside him. Tenhao has been the man to his right, and with Sigums in the center, they have finally managed this opportunity. APAC North take it over SSA at the death of today.
But this is not the end of the story. This is just the beginning. For all the work that Realize has done for his region alongside Sigums and Tenhao, alongside all the players that play in APAC North and APAC South, this is where they will feel it truly begins. Taking series, scoring great goals on main stages, scoring beautiful flip reset double taps. There's nothing more they could have done there. Just a sublime performance and a deserved victory.
Their opponents, Bravado, have so much to be proud of as well. They managed to get a game versus what was an unbelievable Senbei Strikers. They did their region proud. This is SSA's first opportunity to come to a LAN for RLCS and show what they can do. Orlando Pirates, they got a win versus Gaming Gladiators earlier. It becomes 1-1 in that battle that I'm sure is going to continue raging across every single LAN that we see in the many years to come of this incredible esport. If you're a fan of Bravado online, you've got to be happy.
That goal, I just love it. The goal
Look
of
at what
the
it
match.
means.
Yeah, exactly. Because
Look at what it means.
It's a showcase of what he can do. There's so many people watching. This is genuinely the stuff that dreams are made of. Realize he had such a great performance, and then the fact that it ended with a 0-second goal, it is truly just poetry in an esport.
The MVP of that final game coming to Realize, being able to secure it. I just love when stories have the bookend either side. It's the end of this book, but it's the start of the series. We are going to be continuing to see what Senbei Strikers to do. That will be Bravado Gaming going home out of the Swiss. They get a game, they do incredibly well to get here in the first place. But we will be seeing Senbei Strikers playing tomorrow in their 1 and 2 matchup.
It's exciting. The Rocket League just continues on in this World Championship. There will be more tomorrow. We are back. The crowd are cheering at something. They're celebrating for the players. It's just wonderful.
Yes, it's a lot of fun to see. There's only one person that we want to talk to. Spoilers, it's not Shogun. It's the man who's with him. Let's see what RLCS has to say.
Thank you very much, Cole and Stumpy. Everybody, RLCS and the Senbei Strikers! RLCS, this has been a 5+ year journey for you. How does it feel to finally get here at the World Championships, represent your region, and get the win?
5年のジャーニーだったので、ここまで来るのでどうだった？その気持ちがありますか？
正直、全然そのスウェーデンのメジャーからやってきましたけど、正直勝利が遠いなって思ってたんですけど、やっとここで勝利をつかむことができて本当に嬉しいです。
He said that he was here at Sweden and he was really excited since then, so to be able to come back, he kind of expected to be here, but he's just ready to take it even further.
Now, obviously, now we look towards the future. You've got that first win. What does tomorrow look like for you, and how do you plan on going even further in this tournament?
明日はどうですか？どのプランがありますか？
さっきの試合で俺がやばいゴール決めたので、多分次当たる相手も絶対俺らのことビビってると思うので、もう全力で戦っていきます。
He said that he is an absolute threat in his words, and so he wants to keep up that pressure.
And finally, for those at home that have been watching you and have been supporting you the whole way, do you have anything that you want to say to everyone back home?
みんな日本で何が言いたいことがありますか？
そうですね、結構今の時間だと日本だと朝の4時とか、そういうのでもちゃんとその日本のロケットリーグコミュニティの人とか自分の家族とかすごい遅い時間なのに見て応援してくれて、すごい本当にそのサポートのおかげで自分が今ここに立ててると思うので、すごい感謝しています。明日も勝ちます。
He says that he knows in Japan it's really early in the morning for everyone, and so he loves the support. He loves the people who are able to wake up and kind of be there for him, and he wants to make it absolutely worth it.
Everybody, thank you very much for coming here today. For RLCS, for the Senbei Strikers, Fort Worth, make some noise! Wavepunk, hope you're ready, my friend. Back over to you.
I love the way Stumpy put it. This is the